Welcome back to our MLB 30 for 30 videos. I'm Justin St. Peter.
And I'm Michael Hoeflinger.
Today we're talking about the Baltimore Orioles, who will have a very good offense, a great defense, but really struggling with pitching.
Pitching, not going to be their strong suit, especially with the division that they're in. They did sign Ubaldo Jimenez the other day, so it'll add some depth to them and give them a quality starter, but really not a true ace by any means. Ubaldo was a really good pitcher back with the Rockies a few years ago, but he's kind of had a couple bad seasons, or not his true form, but he can regain that again.
Yes, Rockies were his glory days. The Indians, he really struggled with them. The Orioles, he was one of the best free agent pitchers on the market this year. The Orioles took a gamble with him because the rest of their rotation is not very good. Bud Norris, former Astro great, is probably the only pitcher that not many people will recognize. Chris Tillman, Wai-Yin Chin, Miguel Gonzalez, Kevin Gausman. Some of them are young, some of them are overseas pitchers that they just signed. Not many well-known or even good pitchers that you can think of.
They're going to have to face a lot of tough lineups, too. Being in the AL East, there's just the Yankees and the Red Sox have to face them a lot with their stacked lineups. We just covered the Rays a couple days ago, and they have a great lineup as well. So even the Blue Jays have a pretty decent lineup as well. So just got to really – they're going to have to battle each time they take the mound.
Yeah, for their bullpen, they went out and got Darren O'Day or Tommy Hunter to be their closer. Darren O'Day or Tommy Hunter scared no one as a closer.
No.
The rest of their bullpen is like Brian Mattis, former starter, return reliever. Zach Britton, I recognize. Suk Min Yoon, they signed to be either a fifth starter or a reliever. Their bullpen will struggle. Their whole pitching is going to be a complete question mark this year.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to have to win games with their bats. Their bats and defense is really going to be the main thing that's going to get them to victories. They got a great lineup, as we can cover, and just top to bottom, fairly good lineup, I'd say, each way. And defense is going to be spectacular this year for them. I bet you they don't make a whole lot of errors.
Yeah, the defense, led by Manny Machado, who's coming off of a bad knee injury that could have been a lot worse. He's projected back either by opening day or not that far afterwards. Can you say enough about him?
No, not really. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. I mean, we covered Andrelton Simmons yesterday. This guy is just as good as Simmons with the glove. I mean, there a play where he kicked the ball last year and still got the guy out as he had to shift his momentum from the whole other side of the field. I mean, I don't think any other third baseman could have done that. He's probably the only guy that could have done that in the league.
I completely agree. He first full year in the majors last year, and he really was the star they needed to go along to be paired with Chris Davis. Machado, he is the Orioles' future. You can't say enough. Great all-around player.
Yeah, he's even got the bat too. People question maybe he's not going to be that great of a stellar hitter. I mean, he's projected to be batting second right now in that lineup, so he's definitely a quality hitter too that you're going to have to face.
To go along with another quality hitter, Chris Davis finished in the top few in AL MVP voting for the last 2 years. Incredible power numbers, came out of nowhere out of Texas.
No, everyone was about ready to get rid of this guy. They really didn't see any potential in him. Gets a second life with the Orioles and hits 50-plus home runs last season. Everyone thinks that he was on steroids and stuff, and nothing has came out about him yet.
Yeah, it's crazy how all the late blooming guys, people that have struggled throughout their career and they slowly find it, then there's steroid accusations right away. That's kind of the state of baseball, but he kind of reminds me of like a Jose Bautista, Nelson Cruz, who the Orioles actually just happened to sign. But all these guys are late bloomers, power hitters, and they come out of nowhere and they surprise everyone in the major leagues. So Chris Davis just follows the trend.
Yeah, big reason why they were in contention last year. He had him and Adam Jones 1-2 punch at the 3 and 4 spot. Jones, a fantastic defender in himself, and a very good center fielder with a great bat as well.
Yeah, Adam Jones, all-star last year, Gold Glove defender, great hitter. the Orioles just keep getting complete all-around players that really make their team very good.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is Nelson Cruz. He is a great hitter. Don't get me wrong, but the Orioles are a great defensive team, and Nelson Cruz is kind of a minus in the outfield.
Yes, but he is surrounded by great players that could help make him better. I mean, maybe they can cover him up a little bit, put him in left field, not as many balls hit there. And just he's got other guys that can definitely back him up. And plus, if other guys aren't making errors, they should be able to work around a few errors by him.
Yeah, Nick Markakis is also a solid all-around player for them. It's projected to be their leadoff batter too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's had some injury problems before in the past. If he can stay healthy, though, he can put up a good solid 30 home run season as well, and just really make the whole lineup scary. As you look down to the bottom, even you got J.J. Hardy down there, an ex-Brewer, and definitely a fan favorite when he was in Milwaukee, kind of regaining himself again back in Baltimore.
Yeah, he's really excelled with the Orioles. After he left Milwaukee, he kind of struggled with the Twins and came to the Orioles and has really done well. He was an All-Star last year, Gold Glover, another all-around player that the Orioles have. They just keep churning them out.
Notice how many Gold Glovers we're saying that this team has. I mean, I expect to have a couple more Gold Glovers on this team again this season, and probably going to be a top defensive team.
Yeah, Buck Showalter has a great luxury with all those Gold Glovers. Mm-hmm. For second baseman, they were in the Robinson Cano running. They were looking at other trades, and they end up with Jamil Weeks, brother of Ricky Weeks in the Brewers. Jamil's struggled in big league time with the A's, but he's a fast guy and is a good fielder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, he'd be batting at the bottom of the order, probably ninth even, so just kind of another, maybe a second leadoff hitter is what you can call the ninth hole, and he's just a guy who can get on. He'll steal you some bases, and I'll beat out some infield singles and stuff. I mean, he's not going to hit for many homers, not much power in his bat, but he's going to get on base, and being a ninth hitter, you don't need to hit the ball over the fence.
Yeah. For our bold predictions for this Orioles team, we both agreed that Manny Machado will probably get another Gold Glove.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's probably the most secure lock as long as he stays healthy. But, I mean, there's going to be a couple Gold Gloves on this team, I predict.
Even Matt Wieters, we did not talk about yet. Another young catcher that the Orioles just signed to a long-term deal. Another face of their franchise. The Orioles were bad for many years, and he was one of their top picks. And all their top picks are getting to the majors now and really starting to help their club.
Mm-hmm. Yep, great comeback story with all these guys really heading up there and as young talent.
Yep, and what was your other bold prediction?
I'm going to say that they're a top 3 defensive team, probably one of the minimal error teams out there. They're not going to get there with that poor pitching staff they have. I think these guys can help bail them out with making some spectacular plays. And if you have a poor pitching staff, if you commit errors, that's the last thing you need to be doing with a pitcher that's going to struggle against a very tough lineup.
Yeah, the defense will hopefully take away a lot of those problems.
Mm-hmm.
To go along with that, the Orioles are going to be loaded with some All-Stars this year.
Yep, Manny Machado he's a fan favorite. He makes ESPN's top plays every night. It seems like he's out there. Adam Jones, again, another guy that will make it to a lot of top plays. He'll rob some homers, make some diving catches in the outfield, track down some gappers. And
then Chris Davis, obviously, with the 50-plus home runs, maximum power guy, really starting to become a fan favorite as well, just like Jose Bautista in his rise.
Mm-hmm. And then J.J. Hardy, he may make it or not. I mean, his defense is going to carry him. And depending on how he hits, he has those really hot streaks where he'll get on a lot and maybe even hit for some surprising power, too, that you may not see in him. So J.J. Hardy could be a guy to look out for as well in the All-Star team. He may not make it, but he could be a good candidate.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. He's a bubble candidate. What do you think the ceiling for this Orioles team is?
I think middle of the division, kind of maybe put pressure on the Red Sox and Yankees if everything goes right. But to be honest, I think they'll finish above the Blue Jays. But I think the Tampa Bay Rays may be a little better than them. But I think the Orioles, they can hit. I don't know if they can pitch.
Yeah. I like this Orioles team. The problem is I like all these AL East teams. They're all very good. I said in the podcast the other day that I think 4, possibly 5 teams could be over 500. I think they have a chance to be over 500, but I honestly see them. They actually think could take the last place in this division. It's so tough.
Yeah, this Orioles team, if they were in the National League East, they would be maybe favorites and definitely in contention. But the AL East is just such a great division.
All right, there you have it. This is our Orioles podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with
The Philadelphia Phillies.